Welcome back. We are broadcasting live from the Ken Scaris Memorial Studios here at Sunset Park. With the play-by-play is the Hall of Famer, Rich Siegel.
And as we start play here in the top of the first, it's the Palm Springs Heat Strokes against the Denver Dinosaur. And this is the right center fielder, Racino, leading off for Palm Springs, and he takes the first pitch for a strike, and the second pitch was a ball, or the first pitch was a ball as well, so it's 3 balls and a strike.
Home plate umpire is Mike Latendre.
And there's a walk. So the leadoff man on. We are at field 14 at Sunset Park here in Las Vegas. It has been a pretty day, but it has also been a rather breezy day, too. They had a little system come across Las Vegas today, and that picked up the wind significantly during the last couple of hours. There's a ground ball hit up the middle and off the pitcher's glove and into center field for a base hit by Barrett. And on his horse and on his way to third base is Racino. It'll be first and third with nobody out.
Racino with all kinds of speed, able to go from first to third on that ground ball up the middle, cutting the inside of the bag as he rounded the corner here. Once tournament play starts, the level of aggression on those bases changes completely.
Indeed it does. And here's Salas swinging and missing on the first pitch. Palm Springs with a rather simple uniform. It's a white T-shirt.
Very mid-century modern design.
Very, I would say, by some of the other teams' uniforms we've seen today, this would be rather conservative.
Especially compared to their dinosaur opponents here.
Pitch bounces a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at the corners. And the 2-2 pitch.
Just missed that outside corner. The pitcher was going hunting out there, but no prey to be had.
That's Rotherham, the pitcher for Denver. He throws 3-1, and there's a ground ball hit up the middle and on into center field for a hit. Racino scores, and on his horse and on his way to third base is Barrett. Will be first and third with no one out and a run in.
Again, going from first to third on that ground ball up the middle.
The designated hitter is Smith. He wears number 15. The number on the T-shirts of this team in orange with a white trim. And here's a base hit past the second baseman and into right field. Barrett scores. Salas to third. First and third. Nobody out. 2 runs in.
Second verse, same as the first.
And that'll bring up Langley, the shortstop. Number 1. He bats from the left side. So they will swing around and play him to pull towards right field. And here we go with the first pitch. First pitch swing, and wouldn't you know it, he goes opposite field and drops one in front of the left fielder for a run. And it is 3-0 as Salas scores.
And nobody out.
Still nobody out. It's a double.
There's a fly ball.
Fly ball hit out into right center field.
Right
it is
center,
caught. The runner from third will score.
That's
that was the
Racino.
courtesy runner Racino, so he scores. It's the 4th run in the inning, a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Bidner and will bring up Rotenberry.
The wind's coming back.
Rotenberry wears number 9. First pitch swinging. Back to the pitcher. He'll underhand it to first base, and an out is made. And on the play, runner goes to third. 2 out. The catcher, Sharp, the batter. And his first offering is outside. Rotherham, the pitcher for Denver. The catcher is Harvey. Next pitch. Swung on, hit into right center field, and caught. And 4 runs scored in the first inning, and early on, it is Palm Springs 4 and Denver coming to bat.
Now that we have a break in the action, I want to tell you about my friend Bridget at Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation Agency. They're an international agency that's proudly helped queer folks build their families all over the world for 20 years. If you're gay and ready to add to your family, then you're going to need an egg donor and a surrogate. Bridget and her team at Angel Babies have high-quality, affordable egg donors and surrogates ready to help. And believe me, you want Bridget on your team. She is amazing, and her success rates are outstanding. Wherever you are in the United States, she won't quit until you've achieved your dream. So get Bridget on your team and head over to absurro.com. That's absurro.com. And get in touch with my friend Bridget today and get her on your team. She's relentless. Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation. Reach out to Bridget today. You will be glad you did.
Butcher is the pitcher for Palm Springs. His battery mate is the catcher, Sharp. And the first batter for Denver here in the bottom of the first will be Wigley. He's the shortstop. He wears number 13.
We ask our teams as they're coming onto the field if they have any shout-outs they want to give, and the Denver Dinosaurs want to give a big shout-out to all their fans watching back home in Denver and to their Denver League.
First pitch is a strike. Nice shot out there. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Left-handed throw to first base is dropped by the first baseman, and so Wigley reaches.
Looked to me as though the ball was there in time. It was just a little low, kind of just had a hard time for the first baseman to field that ball.
Rotenberry tried to dig it out, could not, and that'll bring up Kelleher with Wigley at first base and nobody out. Here's the first pitch to Kelleher, and he swings and misses. That added to the breeze that we have here.
Oh, that was cold.
Next one, swing and a grounder into left field for a base hit.
Just under the glove.
So it's runners at first and second, and we'll bring up Feller.
So with the ball hit in the left field, there was no chance for that runner to get from first to third.
Nope.
So stopping wisely at second. The third baseman now, Feller.
Takes a strike called. Wigley at second and Kelleher at first. Bottom of the first. 4-0 Palm Springs. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop, and Heath left-hands his throw to third base for the force out on Wigley. Kelleher to second, and Feller reaches on the force out. 6-5. Shortstop to third. Langley to Salas.
That was pretty smooth fielding by that shortstop to cruise over there to the right and field that ball and just kind of shovel it over there. Well done.
Here's a pop-up to shallow left center field. Coming on and making the catch is Barrett on Edick, and that is the first out here, or the second out here in the bottom of the first. It will bring up Schlegel.
That shortstop for Palm Springs is nicknamed tailgate. For those of you who are familiar with that nickname, you'll recognize him. He's been playing a long time.
Schlegel swings and hits a little pop-up in the infield.
Tough.
Caught by the pitcher, Butcher, and that is the third out. Nobody scores, and after 4-0, Palm Springs.
And in this break in the action, I want to tell you about another good friend of mine, Dr. Samuel Wood, and his team at Gen 5 Fertility. Gen 5 Fertility is where queer folks go when they're ready to talk to a doctor. Look, when you're a part of the queer community and you're ready to build your family, finding a doctor who will listen can be tough. Well, I promise you have a friend at Gen 5 Fertility. See, I know Dr. Wood, and I've worked with him for over 10 years, so I promise you he doesn't just welcome queer parents, he celebrates them. Several of my friends have built their families with his help. So whether you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, or trans, wherever you fit in our fabulous rainbow, I promise Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility is the place to go when it's time to build your family. So visit them today at gen5fertility.com. Click on the Family Pride link to learn more. That's gen5fertility.com, and tell them Roman sent you. We certainly appreciate Gen 5 Fertility and Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation for joining the Cloud Sports Network broadcast team to help us bring these games to you.
The bottom three in the order here in the top of the second for Palm Springs. They lead 4-0. Eggman, the first batter, and he takes this first pitch for a ball. Where's number 3? And hits one into left field, and it is in for a single. So the leadoff batter reaches for Palm Springs, and will bring up Vicola. Left fielder wears number 27. There'll be a pinch runner, courtesy runner. He wears number 7. We don't have him listed. And that pitch is hit down the right field line and over the right fielder's glove. It gets past the right fielder and on his way to second base with a double. He's about to catch up to the runner at third, and he's going to score. And so will Vicola, and 2 runs in.
So he really got a hold of that one.
He sure
and
did.
Off the bat, from where I am sitting, it looked like it was going to hook just foul, but it didn't. It stayed fair the whole way, got over the head, and then it was off to the races.
And he almost caught the runner who was running ahead of him. He had to slow down, but ultimately both runners did score, and it's 6-0.
Well, you know, it's a long way to run. You get tired.
Yeah. Here's Butcher, the pitcher.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I always get a runner. But
off the third baseman's glove, he has no play.
Good hustle down the line.
Back to the top of the order, and the right fielder, Racino.
Hey, runner 1. That's your second runner. Second runner. That's 2 runners.
Vicola, who just hit that, what I will call in the park home run, is now going to run at first base for the pitcher, Butcher, and the leadoff batter is Racino. And he bats for the second time. He takes a strike.
Racino, I believe, is out of the Long Beach League.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I believe. A pickup player for this Palm Springs team.
1-2. Swinging a bouncing ball back to the pitcher off his glove. He goes to second and gets the force. Vicola running for Butcher is out at second base. Good recovery.
Excellent recovery.
By Rotherham to make the play at second base. Racino now at first base. 1 out in the inning, and that'll bring up Barrett, the left center fielder. There's a fly ball down the left field line, and it's foul. 1 strike the count.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And there's a fly ball hit into center field. Coming in quickly is the left center fielder. He will not get there in time. Ball bounces in front of him, so it's a single. And on the play, Racino to second base will bring up Salas.
Good job of Racino to get there on that.
He's got speed.
Yeah, what looked like could have been a ball that was caught. He goes well over halfway.
Ran it correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that. Salas swings and pops one behind the plate and foul.
One ball, 2 strikes.
The next delivery, foul again. And since there is no courtesy foul in this tournament, he is out. Two out. And that'll bring up the DH Smith. Swing and a miss. One ball and 2 strikes. Racino and Barrett are your base runners. And there's a ground ball hit to the second baseman and in the right field for a base hit. It looked like it took a bad hop. Racino will score, and on the play, Barrett to third. It'll be first and third, 2 out and another run in.
You know, Rich, it looked like it just hung it right. It was headed right to the glove, and then just about 3 feet before it got there, it just hung it right on the second baseman. Craziest thing. Lots of spin on that ball as it was cued off the end of the bat. They're going to substitute now a runner.
So there'll be another runner as Smith will head back to the bench. Number 11 is going to be the runner.
This is a substitution as opposed to a pinch runner situation.
Okay.
They're going to substitute because they've already used their runner. Their runner allotment, rather.
And this will bring up Langley, or as you call him, Tailgate.
Tailgate.
He bats, again, he's a southpaw, bats from the left side. There's another runner 90 feet, or not 90 feet, but close enough. Here's the first pitch to him, and he popped it up on the infield. The ball will drop, and it stays
fair. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
But the runner at third did not move, so the bases are loaded. There are 2 out. He should have been running.
David Bender has given us a shout out to his husband, Billy Jean. This one's for you.
Let's see what Bender does for Billy Jean. He swings and hits a solid hit into left center field. Barrett scores. Number 11 scores. 2 more runs in. That makes it 9-0.
Well, Billy Jean was good for 2
Billy
RBIs.
Jean is a happy, happy camper right now. He's cheering from home. And it'll bring up the first baseman, Rotenberry.
Who also has a shout out to Val. So, Val, if you're watching.
Hello, Val.
Val, let us know you're watching by typing into chat. Let us know who you're rooting for.
Here's the first pitch to him. Popped up foul, left side, and out of play.
That's what we want to know, Facebook. Who are you rooting for? Are you rooting for the Palm Springs Heat Strokes or the Denver Dinosaurs? We want to know.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Remember, no courtesy foul. Here's the 1-2. And there's another foul, and he is out, and that ends the inning. 5 more score for Palm Springs in the top of the second. They lead 9-0 on the Cloud Sports Network.
Michelle Lamar is saying that she's rooting for Palm Springs, so we've got that.
Would you go over to their dugout and find out what the last name is of the guy who wears 33? Is it Dick or
So we want to know. Go ahead and type into chat. Are you rooting for Denver or Palm Springs? And if you've got any friends in this game on either team, go ahead and tag them if they're on Facebook so that they can find the game. And if you want to watch the rest of our coverage, make sure that you have liked this page and are following it so that when we go live after this game, you'll be able to stay in the know.
So this is a D Division game, and after this game we will have 3 more, and they will be C Division in the actual bracket.
Right. So we're in bracket play now. This
Right.
is round 1 of bracket play for the Masters D Division. Masters C Division is what we'll have next, and that 1 o'clock 1 o'clock game will be the quarterfinal.
Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second will be Stranghoner, the right fielder. He wears 17. Goes after the first one and lifts one in the air to second base, and the wind got a hold of that one.
It absolutely did, didn't it?
And it drops in for a hit.
Peter Ho, who is the manager of this Palm Springs Heat Strokes team, has got to be sitting in his dugout right now going, wind, really?
Here's Marmolejo. Nobody out. And the leadoff batter on. First pitch. He goes after it and hits one into left center field. It drops in for a single. Try to get the force at second, and they did! So take the hit away. It's just a fielder's choice.
Wow.
8-4. Left center to second base. So no hit for Marmolejo. It'll bring up the catcher, Harvey.
That's kind of an example of what was happening with Racino in the last inning, when the ball looked like it might have been caught, but wasn't. He had gone further along.
First pitch swinging, and that's a little pop-up caught by the pitcher. That's the second out in the inning.
Looked like the batter wasn't really comfortable there in the batter's box. Looked like he was kind of losing his footing as he went after that pitch.
Looked that way to me, too. Looked like
Like he'd
maybe
lost
a little bit of that. Maybe the wind did something to him. Here's LaPlante. Brian LaPlante, number 2, plays first base. His team trailing 9-0. Runner at first, 2 out, and the first pitch is outside for a ball. Ground ball to third, off the third baseman's glove, and he will just hold on to it. Salas knocked it down, got away from him. He had no play. It's runners at first and second now, and the pitcher Rotherham will bat. Rotherham, wearing numero uno. He bats left-handed and hits one to right center field.
Nice
it's in
stroke.
for a hit. Denver about to score its first run of the afternoon. No play at home plate. Pitcher faked the throw to first or to home in the hopes of maybe catching that runner at second coming off the bag, but that did not happen. So it's now 9-1. And we come back to the top of the order on the shortstop, Wigley.
So this Denver Dinosaurs team had 3 round-robin games. They're 0-2-1 in round-robin play.
Okay.
Lost to the Rockers 20-6, which we talked about earlier. The T-Birds lost. They lost to the T-Birds 7-8, but they tied in their final game against the.
Line drive into left center field. Caught by Barrett. That's the inning. 1 run in for Denver. Their first run of the 2 on the Cloud Sports Network.
The Heat Strokes, meanwhile, come into the game 3-0, having beaten the National All-Stars 13-7, the Aftershock 10-3, and the K-Town Kool-Aid 21-7. So they've been red hot this morning. Dinosaurs are making a substitution, putting 14 in for 9. They're going to swap out their catcher.
Mike, you got his name? Thank you.
Martinez going in for Harvey, swapping out a catcher.
Roy Martinez.
bringing in the big bat behind the plate.
So Roy Martinez, he replaces Harvey here in the top of the third. Palm Springs 9, Denver 1. Pitch at the top of the third is hit into right field for a base hit. That by the catcher, Sharp.
Go for a
The ball
while.
gets past the right center fielder and rolls near the fence, so this will allow Sharp to take extra bases. He comes into second. The ball is still just rolling around out there, and so Sharp will score.
Does the pose there. And this is as good a time as any to give the shout out that Doug gave us. He wants to give a shout out to the entire Emerald City Softball Association League out there in Seattle, the ECSA. Doug is proud to be here representing. And on a in the park home run, it's an awfully good time to mention it.
That's right. Eggman takes the ball. So they get the run back that Denver scored in the bottom of the second. Their lead is back to 9 at 10-1. Next pitch hits the plate.
Alan Eggman gave us a shout out too to his husband Harry. Well, hi Harry.
Hi,
Hope you're
Harry.
watching.
3-1. Swing at a pitch that was a little high, bounces right back to the pitcher, and his throw to first is dropped by the first baseman who tried to backhand it. And so Eggman reaches.
Yeah, that was
As
kind of a
LaPlante was
rush
not able to
throw.
hold. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was just kind of a rush throw, I think, from the pitcher to the first baseman. Didn't really get a good angle on it.
Courtesy runner now for Eggman will be Racino. Is that no? That's not Racino. Batter is Vicola. A ball inside. Line drive past the outstretched glove of the first baseman into right field for a base hit by Vicola. Runner at second base is on his way to third. It'll be first and third. And nobody out will bring up the pitcher Butcher.
That was very close to the same swing he had in his last at bat that got him the triple.
And in the park home run started this inning. The first pitch to Butcher is inside for a ball. It's 10-1 Palm Springs. Looking at more, here's a little looping fly ball to the second baseman who one-hands it for the outlet.
That ball almost popped out of that glove.
Didn't it look like to you too? Yeah.
It looked like it had a lot of spin on it and almost decided to come right back out of the glove after it went back into it.
Top of the order will be Racino. He screams as he hits a little weak foul.
The thing about Racino is he's a very modest fella.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I love Ken.
Michelle and Ken.
The next one, swing and a looping foul ball. Down the first base line is an out.
Rich, one of your friends, one of our friends, and especially one of your friends, just said hello to us on the Facebook chat. Ken Tedford.
Hi, Ken. Oh, we miss you, Ken. Ken is an umpire from Toronto. We miss Ken. Hall of Famer
Hall of
in the
Famer.
2021 class.
You know a little bit about that.
I do. Here's a fly ball hit out into left field. It drops in for a hit. Another run scores.
We're not able to monitor the Facebook feed quite as closely as we'd like, so thanks to Mitch for pointing
you,
out
Mitch.
Ken's comments. Appreciate that. Ken, is always good to hear from you. We miss you down here. We hope to see you soon.
So Barrett reaches on a single to left field, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Salas. He goes after the one and launches one to deep left center field.
Oh, my.
That ball gets over the head of the left center fielder, Edick. A run scores. Here comes another run, and Salas is going to head home. Will there be a play? No. 3-run homer for Salas.
That was a
tattooed
rocket, yeah.
So that's 3 RBIs for Salas.
After he had struck out earlier.
And this will bring up number 11. We don't have his name. He was the substitute.
Peter Ho, coach of the team.
Peter Ho. Okay. And he hits one into right field. It's in for a single.
Longtime member of various associations. Great guy. And any manager who's been doing it as long as Peter has an understanding that it's a lot like herding kittens.
That's why I would never do it. Here is Langley, and he swings, and it's a weak foul down the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know the etymology of the nickname tailgate. That is one of those things that I kind of want to know.
Maybe we'll find out in
We'll
due
have
time.
to, yeah. If you know where tailgate comes from, you'll have to type it into chat, and we'll read it out. We'll let everybody else know, because I don't know. I don't know where tailgate comes from. If you know, let us know.
1 ball,
I'm
2
assuming
strikes.
that he's a big Texas A&M fan and he likes to tailgate. That's what I'm assuming.
That pitch is inside, ball 2.
As I say it next to my friend who is wearing his University of Texas Longhorns hoodie
There's a
next
fly
to me.
ball. But yeah, I needed to stay warm somehow. Fly ball hit out into right field, falls in for a hit. The right fielder falls down. So that will allow Peter Ho to come all the way around from first base to score.
I think a gopher gremlin got him. Wow. We've just got a water delivery and a Gatorade delivery.
Bender hits one foul down the right field line. Liquid is always good, and this one has 0 sugar, so
It's even better.
even better for me.
Have you heard the phrase
1 ball, 2 strikes.
gopher gremlin before?
No.
So it's what we say when someone falls over for no particular reason. It's a ghost of a gremlin or a ghost of a gopher. Like there's not really a gopher out there, but
That may be the reason I never wanted to play outfield. The 1-2 count is hit up the middle, right past the pitcher's glove and into center field for a hit. Langley tailgates it to third. He will be sent home as the ball was bobbled in the outfield, and he will score. And on the play, Bender to second base.
tailgate was listed on questionable status prior to the game. Peter wasn't sure if he was going to be able to go, and that was a lineup time decision. Turns out that he can go and has been quite effective.
He's done well so far. Here's Roddenberry. Fly ball into shortstop, fielded by him, and that is the out. 7 runs score in the top of the third for Palm Springs. We go to the bottom of the third. It is 16-1, the Heat Strokes over the Dinosaur on the Cloud Sports Network.
This is a good time for us to revisit what Ken had typed into the chat about our good friend, the late Ken Scarce, who we are honoring today by saying that we are broadcasting from the Ken Scarce Memorial Broadcast Center here at the Sin City Classic. Ken was the late tournament director, passed away in 2021 quite suddenly, a friend to both myself and Rich, though in different capacities. He was a friend to many, many people here in the gay softball world. I know, Rich, you worked with him closely.
In 2016, he constantly reminded me that the rain was something I couldn't control. When we had our ill-fated series there, which only had about a day and a half of play because of a freak storm, that seemed to just make it rain every day, and it didn't, so we weren't able to get as many games. But he kept reminding me, this is out of your control, and he was one of the very few people that actually did that. Denver leads off with a base hit. Kelleher leads off with a single to start the bottom of the third. His team trails by 15 runs, and we'll bring up Feller, third baseman. He hits one foul to the left side and out of play. You never forget his kindness. You never forget the smile. You never forget anything about a man that mentored so many people and made a big difference in the lives of so many of his friends and family, and his softball family too. Weak foul ball, ground ball down the first base line will stay foul, and that's the out. No courtesy foul, so it's 1 out.
You definitely want to, if you're going to leave this world too early, you definitely want that to be the general consensus. And Ken certainly lived a life that was the general consensus by everybody.
Edick takes a ball.
Is it just my imagination, or have we seen an awful lot of third strike fouls?
Yes, it's
In
not
this
your
game.
imagination. You're right. 3 balls and a strike as that pitch was a ball. 3-1. This goes after it. Lines one to the left for a base hit. Fielded by the left center fielder. Edick will take third as Kelleher takes second. Goes to third. Edick takes second as Kelleher goes to third. And runner at second and third, and we'll bring up Schregel. Strike called at the letters. Schregel plays left field. Here's the next one. Inside and low. 2-2. That pitch a little high, but he goes after it anyway and hits it to the second baseman. Second baseman looks the runners back to second and third, and then throws to first for the out on Schregel. 2 out.
He's not wrong. Everybody does love a cupcake.
Stranghorer, the batter.
I'm a fan. Haven't had one in a long time, but I'm a fan.
You should tell people why. Here's the first pitch is inside for a ball.
I'm not allowed.
You have a lot to be proud of. The next one is a strike called. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, there you go. That was deep rat.
God, I'd miss softball.
And the next one is hit in the air to left center field. That ball has got some
That one's not
carry.
gonna get caught.
Will go all, that's just shy of the fence, but nevertheless, Kelleher and Edick will both score. It's a double for Stranghorer. 2 more in. It is 16-3. And we'll bring up Marmolejo. Two out, 2 in. First pitch is high and away. Marmolejo. You know, there's some names that you just love to pronounce because they just roll off the tongue.
Well, when they started spelling it for me, I had to ask him just to pronounce it, and then I just spelled it how it sounded. So whatever it is that we have in the scorebook, I have no idea if that's how you say it, if that's how it's supposed to be spelled, but that's how you say it.
It works for me. So Edick will come in and run for him at second base.
Just
Edick
outside.
running for Stranghorer, and that pitch misses. It's 3 balls and a strike. Next one. Slow roller in front of the plate, bouncing down the first base line, and it will beat it out for a single. And on the play, Edick takes third. First and third now with 2 out.
So, Rich, the wind is blowing from first to third. It's blowing across the diamond there. And on the pitch before the one that Marmolejo struck, the ball looked like it was headed right down the middle of the plate and then took a hard left toward the first base side, which put it just outside of off the strike zone. The pitch the pitcher threw that Marmolejo struck did exactly the same thing. He got just enough of it to keep it fair and hustle down the line, but the wind is definitely affecting the ball right now.
And Martinez hits one into left field for a hit, and that'll score Edic from third. Marmolejo takes second. It's first and second. And
they're going to run for him.
Who just ran will come in, and he will run again for Martinez, and this will bring up LaPlante.
Well, find something you're good at.
Just keep doing it.
I'm very good at not running.
LaPlante takes on the plate for a ball. And then goes after this one and hits it to the shortstop. Left hands it to third base, and that is the inning. 3 score for Denver here in the bottom of the third. We go to the top of the fourth. It's Palm Springs Heatstroke 16, the Denver Dinosaur 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
Rich, did you know that coming up Easter weekend, April 15th through the 17th in Richmond, Virginia, Naga presents the Naga Cup, an invitational tournament for the best of the best in A and B division tournament play. Check them out on Facebook at 2022 Naga Cup. Then, later in the year, y'all come down to Dallas for the Gay Softball World Series, you hear? It's August 29th through September 3rd. More than 200 teams are expected from all across the U.S. and Canada. Visit nagasoftball.org for more details and check out the host city's Facebook page at 2022 Dallas Gay Softball World Series. And Cloud Sports Network will be at the 2022 Gay Softball World Series in Dallas.
We'll be happy to be there.
Just a stone's throw away from you.
That's it, yes. I won't have to travel this much.
You gonna walk? You gonna walk, or what are you gonna do?
Skip, hop, and jump.
I don't walk. Top of the fourth. Sharp, the catcher, leading off. He hit an in-the-park home run this last at-bat, and he just might do it again as the ball gets past the right fielder. Right center fielder gets the ball into the second baseman. They will send him as the ball comes into the pitcher, and for the second consecutive at-bat, Sharp hits an in-the-park home run and does the pose.
What are they putting in the water up there in Seattle? Whatever it is, I need to get some.
Here's Eggman. So another leadoff in-the-park home run. Eggman hits a pop-up. It's going to drop in for a hit. Second baseman gave chase, but the wind kept moving it further away from him, and so Eggman reaches on a single. And that'll bring up Vicola. There'll be a runner. 7 comes back in to run for Eggman. Cola's had a good day. He's reached a couple times. And he hits a ground ball foul down the right field line.
This will be our last Masters D Division game of the day, and then we switch over to Masters C immediately following this game. We don't know who that's going to be, but we'll
Vicola pops it up. It'll be in foul territory. The first baseman just lets the ball drop because it's an out. No courtesy foul, and so Vicola is out. And the pitcher Butcher will bat. He figured he didn't need to catch it. It was an out anyway, so that is the first out of the inning with a run already in. Butcher hits one in the air to left field. It drops in for a single. Runners at first and second brings us back to the top of the order, and it's Racino, the right center fielder. I think this is his 5th at bat already. Fourth or fifth, and he's batted in every inning. So it would have to be 4. First pitch to him is hit on the ground to second base, fielded by the second baseman, who goes to the shortstop for the force there. Butcher is out. Another runner to third, first and third now. And here is the left center fielder, Barrett.
In case you're wondering, that's Mike Latendre, the home plate umpire behind home plate, calling the balls and strikes and the outs and the safes.
Barrett swings and lifts one to center field for a hit. Runner at third scores. And on the play, Racino to third, and they're just going to keep running him.
He's trying to steal it.
He has speed. There was almost a play at the plate, but Racino's just too quick, and he scores. Salas, the batter, he hit a home run his last at bat. He tattooed one that went over the left center fielder's head and all the way to the fence. And he bats with runner at first and out. Here's a pop-up into the shortstop. And he catches it, and that is the third out. 3 runs scored. They've scored in every inning. And they now lead 19-4, does Palm Springs on the Cloud Sports Network.
This year, the Asana Softball World Series will take place August 16th through the 20th in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Join an estimated 100-plus other teams comprised of cisgender women, trans men, non-binary, and agender athletes as they come together to compete in multiple divisions for the title of World Champion. Visit asanaseries.org for more information. Like them on Facebook, too, at Asana Softball World Series to get regular updates about hotels and game times and other events related to the series.
You and Ross did some really fine work when you were in Virginia Beach and for their series last year.
It has been a pleasure to be able to add Rosalind Bugg, an Asana Hall of Famer and a Galassa Hall of Famer, to the Cloud Sports Network family. She's running the Ken Scarce Memorial Cornhole Tournament right now, and she's also the women's softball director for this weekend here at the Sin City Classic.
Denver trailing 19-4 in their last at bat. This time is nearly out. Next pitch is a ball. And as a matter of fact, Mike Latendre just confirms the fact that time has run out, and so with Denver being the home team, they need 15 runs to keep this game going. Here's the pitch. Fly ball hit into shallow right field. Racino coming in, giving chase, and ball drops. So the pitcher, Rothenham, reaches on a hit and will bring up Wigley.
Looked like Racino kind of overran that, and it kind of got in between him and the right fielder. That, or there was some miscommunication between the two of them as to who was going to get the ball. I couldn't tell from here which one it was.
Yeah, but I think that was the right center fielder's ball anyway. I mean, when you have the speed, he comes over. I think that was his ball. Marmolejo will come in, and he will run for Rotherham in the bottom of the fourth. He is base runner with nobody out. Here's a fly ball hit out into right center field for a base hit. Racino picks the ball up, but on the play, Marmolejo takes third. It's first and third with one out, with nobody out. And we'll bring up Kelleher. First pitch to Kelleher is hit on the ground to the second baseman. Flips to short for the force, on to first, and not in time. Marmolejo will score. It is now 19-5. So, one out as they got the force out on the lead runner. Here's Feller. First pitch is a strike on the black. Next one. Swung on and hit to short. Fielded by the shortstop. On to second for one. On to first. Safe. Feller beat the relay throw from the second baseman, Bender, but they do get the 4-6-4. And that's Langley to Bender, and that will bring up Edick, who is their last bit of hope. 2 out, runner at first. First pitch, swung on, hit in the air to deep left center field, and that's got Carey, and will 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hop to the fence. Feller comes around third. He will score, and Edick has a home run, an in-the-park home run. 2 more runs for Denver. They're not done yet.
That ball was tattooed.
Oh, it was. From the time it left the bat, you knew that it's going to be an easy run for him. This is going to be Schregel. Again, two out, nobody on. Butcher tries to get the third out to close this game out, and the first pitch is hit in the air to shortstop, and it is caught by Langley, and that is the third out. 3 more runs score for Denver, however, not enough. The final score here, Palm Springs Heat Stroke 19 and the Denver Dinosaur 7. So that will conclude our D division portion of the Masters. We have the C division coming up in our next game.
And we know we'll have the San Francisco Impact from the San Francisco Gay Softball League coming up. We don't know who their opponent will be, but that is what we know for now. We'll be back in a minute from the Ken Scarce Memorial Studios here at Sunset Park at the Sin City Classic, presented by Lexus.